Hey guys, hello, happy Monday. How's everybody doing today? It is a Monday, April the 11th, 2022, and I am so honored to be with you today. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hey guys, come on in, say hello. If you're just joining me, I'd love to see ya. Today is a very special day because I am crafting for the very first time on a segment in the Craft Round the Clock group. I'm so glad. Hi Tracy. Thanks so much for giving me this honor. I am so glad to be here with you guys. And I only have 45 minutes, so I've done a little bit of the prep work. And what I've done, what I've pinned in the comments, there is my link tree, and everything that I kind of am going to be referring to today is going to be in that link tree. And so I'm just wanted to swipe the comments out because I can see them here. I'm looking over here on my bigger, computer. And so I, can see your comments. Now, guys, I am by myself, and if I miss your comment, if I miss to say hello, I will go back later and read your comments. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Janet. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Terry, Denise, and then Kathy. I'm so glad that y'all are here, guys. It is an honor to be here with you, crafting here on my page, Country Charm by Tracy, and then it is my first segment in the Craft Round the Clock group, and I'm so honored to be here. Hello. Okay, guys, I'm going to share what we're going to be doing today, but first let me introduce myself because I do share this over in my YouTube channel as well, and my name is Tracy. I live in the great state of Texas, and also in a little town called Brenham, and just kind of, to give you a place, if you are familiar with Bluebell ice cream, or Washington on the Brazos, that is the birthplace of Texas. But Bluebell ice cream is where that was founded here in my hometown, guys. Hi Sheila, hi Lori, hi Tony. And so anyway, guys, I started out many years ago on YouTube just doing pre-recorded videos. So if my voice sounds familiar or my face, looks familiar, guys, you may have seen me on YouTube, but I am crafting more live videos here on my page on Facebook. I do share them as a replay over on my YouTube channel. So I want to welcome any and everyone who is watching on the replay on either on my Facebook, on my YouTube, or in Craft Around the Clock. I'm going to tell you about that a little bit more later, but let me show you some of the things that we're going to be using today. Now, guys, when I was prepping for this, I wanted to do something that was a little familiar to me because I only have 45 minutes. Hey, Judy. Hey, Patty, Connie, new follower. Welcome, welcome. Anyone who's new, anyone who's watching on the replay, I'm so glad that you are here. Okay, guys, I love to share crafty ideas with a bit of rustic country charm. They have a whimsical, kind of old school feel to them because I like to do things with happy dots and doodles and paint splatters. So we're going to be creating another truck like this. This is my spring truck, but we're going to be creating one with black and white buffalo check, which is my favorite. And I'm going to be doing kind of designing it because I'm going to be doing some lemons. I'm going to be doing a lemon wreath. And so here's another one that I did. I'll just kind of show you, kind of like, if you're new to me, this is the kind of stuff that I do. I like to do whimsical, seasonal crafts, and I love my happy dots. I don't want that to fall. seasonal whimsical crafts with happy dots, paint splatters. I love to doodle, I love to squiggle, and all of that stuff. So let me show you some of the things that we're going to be doing, using today. So these trucks may look familiar. I've already prepped a little bit by painting the around the sides. Now guys, I know these are one of the trucks that the Dollar Tree has offered many years ago. If you cannot find them, I do have in my link tree, it will open up my links, that all my links are there. All the way down at the bottom, there is a pattern that I have available if you want to print that out on your printer, if you have that capability, and then you can cut this out of cardboard, foam board or wood or something like that. And so I just have some of these because I am a craft hoarder. And so when I find something I like, I tend to buy more than enough. Anyway, thank you. Welcome if you're here on my page, or if you're watching in the Craft Round the Clock group, or if you're watching later on the replay. And also I want to welcome my YouTube family, because that is where I started, and my heart is with them because that's where I started. Anyway, guys, all right, so the paper that we're going to use is this sweet. This looks kind of vintage to me, and let me show you the paper pack that it came out of. This is the paper pack. I got this paper pack from Hobby Lobby, my favorite store. And hey Tina, hey Mimi, Jessica, my sweet friend, thank you so much for being here. And then also I'm going to be painting a sign using one of these wood planks. It came out of this pack. Now these you can get at the Dollar Tree, but also I find them at Hobby Lobby in the unfinished wood section, as well as Walmart or something like that. Anywhere like unfinished wood, or you can cut it out yourself. And if you don't have these are so thin you can cut them out of cardboard. You don't need to. I'm just sharing what I use, but use your imagination. If you don't have this stuff, and you like this style, or you want to make something like it, use what you have. Just let your imagination go wild. Anyway, so that's what we're using with that. I'm also using some tumbling tower blocks, and I'm going to be using some paint and stuff. But guys, let me show you the, I guess what prompted me to do this. Now, last Friday, my sister, my wonderful sister, and my mother, my beautiful mother, we all went to Houston. They have a spring market. It was at the NRG Stadiums. It was the Nutcracker Spring Market. And so some of you Texans that may be familiar with the Christmas version of the Nutcracker. But guys, they have a spring one now, and it was last weekend. It was last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so we had a girls' day. We had a wonderful time. And I found this ribbon there. It was a booth that they were selling wreaths, and they had ribbon, and they had fun picks, and they had just different embellishments. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I have never seen this truck ribbon with the lemon. So I said, let me pick up a roll of that. And just let me briefly show you another thing that I did get, was this bee. It was only $10.98, and it was it sets, and it's just so cute. I'm going to be, probably, I don't know. I think I'm going to keep him and have him be part of my decor, because I just love him. Gnomes have kind of grown on me, and so I love them. I saw somebody say they drove by my Amy says she drove by my new Hobby Lobby yesterday. Five Below store there too. Yes. And then PetSmart is opening soon, and then Marshall's is supposed to be opening on Thursday. So that is very exciting. Anyway, so this ribbon was $8.98. And so, I thought it was pretty reasonable, because this roll is thick. I can't easily spot how much is on here. 10 yards. So that is plenty. And that's another thing that I do, design wreaths. I only sell them locally for right now, because that's all they keep me busy. And then that gives me, that I can do other crafts like this. I'm not just a wreath designer. I'm a crafter. Patty's asking, can you say the business that sold the ribbon? I don't know. I don't know. It was a booth at the spring market, at the Nutcracker market. So I don't know. They didn't, it was just put in a brown craft bag. So I don't even know what the company was. Anyway, so, all right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to craft this truck. And so what I like to do is I like to Mod Podge this on, and I'm going to use the heat transfer method. And so now that I've kind of shared everything that I did, I'm going to go ahead and bend down so that you can see my table and that you can see my craft, what I'm going to do. All right. So when I am working on a truck like this, what I do is I just trace around, and the pencil is not going to be dark enough. All right. Hey, Amy. Amy's in Cyprus as well. All right. And I see someone's asking for the skew of the ribbon. What I'll do is I will, after the video, because I'm on a time, I need to be finished by 12:45 because the next crafter will be coming on, craft round the clock. So I'll put the SKU number in. I'll look at the SKU number and see if y'all can find it. Okay, so what I do is I will just trace around the truck, and then I'll cut it out on the front side of the paper because I want to get, especially when I'm working with checks of some sort or any kind of pattern, I don't want it to be sideways. And so I'm just cutting this out. And what I'm doing is, I learned this a long time ago from Heidi on Elaine's Craft Living. I'm showing my age now, but I loved that show, and she shared a tip that if you want a smooth cut, to move your paper and not your scissors. So I have been doing that ever since, and so I do like to share that. And so I'm just quickly cutting out my paper here. Guys, it is a very windy day here in Southeast Texas. Hey from Minnesota. Hey, Kathy. And I woke up this morning with storms. That's what woke me up. And I was like, oh my goodness. But we needed the rain. We needed the rain. Okay, so as you can see, this paper came out of a stack. This stack right here from Hobby Lobby. But, you know, Hobby Lobby is really good about, you know, having individual sheets like this. And so I'm going to go ahead and just use some Mod Podge. I'm going to use the Mod Podge heat transfer method. Hey, Susan, welcome. If you're new, welcome each and every one of you. My name is Tracy. I love to share whimsical, rustic country crafts. They have just a little whimsical flair to them. And so I didn't even worry about, for this particular truck, I did not even worry about sanding off anything because it's going to cover it. My sign and all of my embellishments are going to cover it. Now, sometimes if I do not put, you know, adhere Mod Podge the paper to the truck, sometimes I will sand off the, like that raised area where the Happy Harvest is. I'll sand that off with just my sanding sponge just to get it, you know, so it's not raised. I like that. Okay, so just real quick, if you're not familiar with the Mod Podge heat transfer method, what it is just you put Mod Podge on your surface. Susan says she sprinkled. Thanks for sprinkling, Susan. And that just means to S-H-A-R-E. And I like to say spread the charm. And it's just spreading it. You know, it's a pretty way to help us crafters. I'm just plugging in my iron, if I can. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is just dry this up the best that I can. So if you will spread the charm, it just is a free way to help us crafters by just, you know, SHARE with others. That, and also then if it's on your page, then you can go back if you missed anything. If you have any questions, you know, maybe look at the comments, because once I get off of once I finish my video, what I'll do is I will get that SKU number of that ribbon and I'll put it in the comments. Only because I can't do it right now because I'm just quickly trying to get this up. Because if you have been following me for a while, you know that I put a lot of extras into my projects, and I want to make sure and get finished by 12:45, because the next crafter in Craft Round the Clock is going to be coming on, and so I want to be mindful for that. Okay, of that. Okay, so I'm going to start on my sign, and while my truck is finishing, there's a few other little pieces, and I'm using golden yellow is the color of yellow that I'm using. Hi, Maria. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca says yay for lemons and buffalo check. Yes, this is the inspiration. This beautiful ribbon that I found last week when my mom, sister, and I went to the spring market over at the NRG Center. It was part of the Nutcracker Spring Market, and there was a booth there that was selling wreaths. That was their main thing, was selling their wreaths. And but then they had some different ribbon and different embellishments, and so I spotted that ribbon, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to take that home with me. And so I grabbed that up, and I promise I will put in the comments later when I can catch a breath, guys, because like I said, I want to make sure and get all of this done. I will put the SKU number of that ribbon in the comments so that y'all can have it and y'all can look for it, okay? All right, so I like to do just little whimsical signs like this, and so I'm just going to be painting welcome on this sign. In my link tree that is pinned in the comments, that my favorite paintbrushes are linked there as well. They're just in my Amazon store. I get a little affiliate, but I do get questions all of the time. What paintbrushes do you recommend? What paintbrushes do you use? And so, you know, acquiring minds want to know. And because I'm a crafter, and if I see another crafter using something that I want to use for myself, I want to know too. So all of my links, all of my favorite things are in that link tree. And today I'm excited to be debuting, and it's okay that I got a little yellow on there because I'm going to splatter paint anyway. And so that is one of the things that I do share with my community, is that if you mess up a little bit, it's okay. It's just paint. It is just paint. So we're going to be moving that to the side. And so then I'm going to be using the Mod Podge heat transfer method. And so what that is I'm going to be adhering it. I'm so silly. I need to take a breath and slow down, Tracy, because I plugged in my iron, but I forgot to turn it on. Guys, do y'all ever do things like that? Hey, Mammy. Hey, Tina. Thanks for spreading the charm. Hey, Lisa Falk. I know that you're going to love this, girl. I will put the SKU in the comments after I finish the video. I do promise. So that is going to be just a second to heat up. And so just let me, oh, you know what? I can paint my, let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm going to use my friend Alyssa's method from Southern Crafts Corner. If y'all do not follow her already, you should. I'm going to be using her method by painting I'm using two 20 millimeter half wood beads, and I'm going to be painting those. And I think I'm going to paint them red. I think I am going to paint them red. So let me grab my favorite red paint. And what Alyssa does is she just glues her beads on a stick. This is just a dowel. And so she can paint them all the way around. And ever since I saw her do that, I've been doing that. I want to give her credit for that because it is genius. And so then the hot glue just, you know, keeps them in place while you paint. And then I can go all the way around. And then when I'm finished, then I will go ahead and you know, they're ready to go then. They are ready to go. And I hope that y'all can hear me okay. I did get a microphone at the Connie is asking what brush size. Connie, in my link tree that is pinned in the comments, let me see. This is the 1/2 inch paintbrush, and let me see. It is what I do is yeah, it's got paint on it, but I don't know. It's the 1/2 inch paintbrush. In my link tree, there is a chart of the paintbrushes that I like. It also has the numbers that they are and what I use them for. If I use them for shading or coverage or lining and that kind of thing. So I just want to, you know, refer you to that because then, you know, you can get it firsthand. It's a chart that you can refer to and you can look at that. All right. So what I'm going to do is adhere this paper. Now I'm just using my little Cricut mini heat press. That is my iron that I'm using. And then I have a piece of parchment paper. So I am just using that to adhere this paper. My Mod Podge is completely dry. And I do pay special attention to the edges just to make sure that my paper is down on the edges. Hello. Michelle asked, please review what I've done so far. Well, I have painted the edges of my truck, and then I cut the truck out of just with my, you know, just scissors, using paper from this paper pad. It is from Hobby Lobby. I'm using a painted yellow border around just a little wooden plaque, and then I'm going to be doing some hand lettering on that. I painted the wheels already black because since I am on Craft Round the Clock, I am only limited to 45 minutes. So I did do a little bit of prep. I also painted 2 20mm half wood beads, split balls. I painted them red using this technique came from Alyssa from Southern Crafts Corner. She, ever since I saw her do that with her beads, I love it so much. And so in the comments is my link tree that has links to all of my favorite things. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just using just a number 2 liner. And also in my link tree there is a paintbrush chart that, and also a link to my favorite paintbrushes. I'm just using slate gray now, and so what I'm going to do is just I'm just going to do a border. I'm just using the number 2 liner, and I have more of a whimsical look to my painted projects. I do a lot of dots and paint splatters and stuff, and so I just did the lines, but they're not perfect. Good afternoon, Jeanette. I'm so glad that y'all are here. See, so that's why I say it's okay if I get, you know, a little bit of paint mess up a little bit, because that is okay. All right, so then while that dries, now we're gonna work on this, and I'm just using the 1-inch flat brush that is in that set that I like to use, and also using that slate gray. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to be making a, hi Kanitha, hey Jeanette, making a back glass. And so I just kind of, let me move that out of the way, don't need it. All right. So I'm just kind of painting on a back glass, and sometimes I only need to do 1 coat because I am going to be putting some shimmer on it as well, and so that is going to be good. And then I'm also just going to run the run around here for my bumper. So I'm so glad that you're spending a little bit of your Monday day with me. If you're watching now or if you're watching on the replay, I so appreciate you. So that is how my truck looks now. And so then this is good. So then now I am taking a a 1/4-inch flat paintbrush. And we're going to be I'm just using acrylic paint. My favorite brand is Americana, but that is just because I have been painting for a long time, and it's just a personal preference. And so I'm just using a 1/2-inch flat paintbrush. In that paint set that I do like to use, there is a 1/2-inch flat, I mean a 1/4-inch, I'm sorry, 1/4-inch flat paintbrush. I do hand lettering, and I like to use the flat paintbrush. That is my preference. And like I said, I am very whimsical, so I do like my happy dots, my paint splatters, and there is a free font that I have found called Gel Dotica. It is, you can download it for free on thefont.com, and that is the closest font. I actually need to include that in my link tree. I totally forgot about that. I will include that today. Once I get off here, I'll get the SKU for that ribbon, and I will include the link for that. I will do that. I definitely will. All right. So then sometimes I will put my happy dots on with my paintbrush, but I wanted to share that I will also put it on with the end of a paintbrush. I'll just, you know, get a flat, if any of my paintbrushes have a flat surface, I will just put that on that and just put a little happy dot. Happy dots make my heart so happy. You know, I was determined to learn how to paint like this, and you know, the Lord and I just had, you know, a conversation. I said, Lord, I really want to paint like this. He says, okay, well, I will give you the patience if you continue to try. And so, you know, when we have him guiding our steps, anything is possible. And so there is that. And as you can see, I got like, you know, a little splatter on it, but that's okay, because I'm going to go ahead and splatter it anyway. So we need to go ahead and let that dry while we work on this a little bit. All right. So, another thing that I love to do is, put, you know, doodles and all kind of fun things like that. So to add a little shimmer or reflection for my truck, I'm just using this paint. It's from Hobby Lobby. It is shimmering silver. And so then I just get, you know, just get a brush, doesn't matter, and I just add a little shimmer to the back glass. Not too much, but just a little reflection. And then I also will do a little bit on the bumper. Just like that. It just kind of adds just a little reflection to the, you know, to the back glass as well as the bumper, you know, so that it just kind of, it looks more realistic. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It just looks a little bit more realistic. Yes, it does. Look a little bit more realistic. And you know, no matter how much you try to prepare to get all your stuff, you know, I feel like sometimes I feel like, see, these are all my paint brushes. I feel like a doctor. I'm like, scalpel, you know, fan brush, because that's one of my favorite things to use is a fan brush. And so that's what I do. This is also in my link tree in my Amazon store. And I am an Amazon affiliate. And so I just want to, you know, I just share the things that that I use and work for me. My friends know that is my promise to them, that I will never, you know, promote or share anything that I do not use myself. I'm just using just a small part of my brush. I dip it in just some white paint and then I go around the truck just to give it some treads of the tires. And so then I'm also going to be giving a little whimsical look here, just by giving a little, just getting some lines. Just give it some lines like that. Oh. And then also I'm going to do some lines. Sometimes I'll use my liner brush to give some lines, but you know, just depending on what I'm doing, I just give just a border around my painted projects. I really feel that it just really adds so much to my little whimsical look. Hi Jennifer Pugh, so nice to see you. Hey Michelle. Hi Cheryl, thanks. Cheryl says it's so cute. I'm so glad. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to dry, and when we're on like a little time schedule like this, sometimes that's a little hard, but we're gonna use the heat tool because I have until 12:45. So if you're watching on the replay, I am so glad that you are here. If you're watching in the Craft Round the Clock group, I am so honored to be here. This is my first time. My name is Tracy, and I am so glad and honored to be here. I thank Tracy Campbell for allowing me this opportunity to be to craft in this group, and I hope that, you know, some friends who haven't discovered my page yet will maybe follow along. If you're watching later on my YouTube channel, I am so glad that you're watching as well. Let me know by leaving me a comment, just saying hashtag replay or you know, something like that. Also, I always say my black Sharpie marker is my best friend. So I do like to doodle up and just, you know, give just a little whimsical look. I'll go around and just add a little bit. I think it just adds a little bit of character to it. I don't care if my lines are touching. I actually prefer them not to touch because, you know, I want it to look whimsical. And so that is how my truck is looking so far. I know with the black and white, this is from paper is from Hobby Lobby. I painted the back glass as well as the bumper. I hand lettered the welcome on there. It is truly a gift from the Lord that he has given me that gift. All right. So what I have here is I have 4 tumbling tower blocks. And what I'm going to do, guys, let me show y'all. I am going to, let me cut my, I have just a block of styrofoam, and I have a serrated knife that this stays with me in my craft room, and it's part of my, you know, what I use in my craft room. I cut that a little bit too too thin. So what I'm doing is I am just going to cut, because this is what I stick my flowers into. And let me show you real quick what I'm using. Let me move that out of the way. Guys, these are the florals that I'm going to be using. I got this bucket from Hobby Lobby, and I just stick all of my florals and stuff in there. And I got these picks from Walmart last year, or maybe the year before, and it has the very mini or very small lemons on there. I'm also going to be using some of this from Hobby Lobby, and then I have some other just different things that I'm going to use to decorate my truck. Now this right here, this is the inspiration for this project. This truck ribbon that I found last week when my sister, mom, and I went to a big craft show in Houston, the spring market. And so I'm very excited that I am going to be using that. And what I probably will do with this is I do design wreaths. Locally, that's the only place that you can get them. What I'm doing now is I am just putting some E6000 on these blocks, because I like to do that, as well as, and usually I glue them on the back of my wood sign first, but I want to, that's still a little wet. So I kind of know the placement that I need them to, and just to make sure that I get the hold that I want, I use E6000 as well as hot glue. And I know you can get the E6000 in the bigger ones, bigger tubes, but yeah, we fight. So I like to just use these smaller ones because I can handle it. I can handle it a little bit better. Hello, Miss Betty, Betty from Alabama. Hello, Jeanette. Hello. Okay, so this is what I do, is just put that there. Now, for time purposes, oh, I forgot to put my styrofoam. For time, what I do is I usually glue that in too, and I only have till 12:45, so that's why I have to, I'm trying to hurry a little bit. I'm not just a wreath maker, I'm a crafter who makes wreaths. I say it like that. I'm a crafter who makes wreaths. I had a local gift shop that wanted some wreaths for their store, and or their gift shop, and so they approached me and asked me if I would make them some wreaths, and so that's what I do. So I'm a crafter who makes wreaths, but for right now I only sell them locally in my hometown. All right, so then I wanted to kind of get this done before I'm finished. So I have so let me tell you what I've done is I have 4 tumbling tower blocks, and then I have just some styrofoam in there. And let me just kind of put that in there. Usually I do my tumbling tower blocks and my styrofoam all at the same time. Hello, Melodine. All right. Okay, another thing that I like to use is this Excelsior. I like the fine Excelsior from Joann's Craft Store. I think it just really gives just a little bit of whimsy. And so what I do is I put this in here just like that. Now guys, I am not finished with this sign, only because I want to show you before I have to get off here from Craft Round the Clock. because my time ends at 12:45 and I want to be respectful. So I will definitely post a picture of my finished truck. But what I do, guys, is I paint splatter and I doodle it up, and I'll put a sealer on it. This is my favorite sealer that I like to use. It's also in my Amazon store, and so that's what I like to do. I'm using some of these beautiful little yellow flowers from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby, that's my favorite store. And I also have some of these little flowers in my stash. You know, as crafters, we all have those stashes. So I just cut that off. Oh, and I like this too. I'll be using that to stick that in. Okay, and so what I do is I just kind of stick my florals in there. And this, like I said, will be going, it will be the center of a wreath. And this is the inspiration for this truck. This is a ribbon that I got last week when my sister and I went to the spring market. And so I just stick that in there. It's going to be a black and white truck. A black and white truck. And so I just wanted to kind of show y'all what it's kind of going to look like. But like I said, if you're new to my page, Country Charm by Tracy, either on Facebook or Instagram, YouTube, I'm in all of those places, and it is my first time to craft with y'all in the Craft Round the Clock group. And you know, sometimes if like I have little things like this, or if I need a little hole, I use one of these paper piercers. They're used for scrapbooking, but I like to use them, you know, just to put a little hole in my styrofoam. Oh yeah, and it just slides right in there. And so I'm a girl of convenience. I'm a girl of convenience. And I am so honored and glad to be with y'all. It was just really a pleasure to be here today. I also am going to use some of these flowers that I got from Dollar Tree. I got these a couple years ago from the Dollar Tree. It has these little flowers on it. I'm going to be putting some of those in there and be using that just to, you know, decorate my truck and do all of that. Guys, I have had the best time crafting here with you in the Craft Around the Clock group, as well as my fellow community on Facebook, as well as YouTube. I will finish up my truck because I only had 45 minutes. I will finish up my truck. I will make sure and post a picture of my finished truck. I will get the SKU. This is the ribbon that I use, or that was my inspiration rather. This is the ribbon that was my inspiration. I will get the SKU. I'll put that in the comments look for that if you're interested in that. And also my link tree is in the comments so that you can see what brushes I like, that paintbrush chart. All of my social media links are there where else you can find me. I hope that you will follow me here on Facebook. And I have just a couple more minutes. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Tammy, Jeanette, Cheryl. Welcome all newbies. Yes, if you're new here, I welcome you. Now, guys, if you're not familiar with Craft Round the Clock, the group is not pinned. It's in my description of the video on Facebook as well as on YouTube. So go ahead and check that out. It's a free group, and it's a way to watch crafters 24/7. So if you are bored and you want to find something to watch, Craft Round the Clock is a free group that you can see different kind of crafts, find new friends, and maybe learn a new technique or trick or two. All right, guys, we will talk to you all very soon. I'm going to finish up this truck. I will post a picture. I promise. Get this done. I will put the gel Dotica font link in my link tree, because I do have a gift of, I've been practicing for many years, but I do share a free font that you can download to your computer and you can print it out. You can trace it with graphite paper, or just practice if you want to learn how to put happy dots or something. It's just my style. It's what I do, and I'm so glad that you're here. You all have a blessed day. Now, there will be a crafter after me, and that crafter will be in the Craft Around the Clock group. All right, guys, y'all have a blessed day. We'll talk to y'all soon. God bless.